If your business is being affected by these LA fires, I am so sorry. My heart goes out to you. This is such a tough time. If you are a business owner whose business has been demolished, burnt down, you're trying to figure out how to pick up the pieces, I just want you to know that as a entrepreneur community, we literally support you. We are so sorry. Our prayers and thoughts are with you. And so I really wanted to just talk to you a bit. Let's just assess the situation. I mean, first things first, are you okay? Do you have somewhere to live? Is your family okay? I know that everyone has been displaced or evacuating and, with barely anything. Some of you just packed a few light items thinking you'll be headed back and, housing is gone. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. It's a lot. And I empathize. I empathize with you. That's first. Are you okay? Have you been able to find housing? Have you been able to secure help when it comes to getting I know some of the schools are trying to still open for children to come to school and things of that nature. How is that going? I know that housing prices have gone through the roof because of the demand is there. And I know that there are laws about price gouging, but there's so many loopholes with that, so either way, I want to make sure you're okay. But I also get that even though that's first, shelter, food, family, clothing, all of those necessities, you can't ignore the fact that you have a business that either you're going to close the doors or you're going to rebuild. Those are the only two options you have right now. And so I wanted to talk to you about that. What does that look like for you? How do you plan to rebuild? So if you're dealing with property loss, so you've lost the building, whether it's a consulting firm, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a daycare, whether it's a nursery, whether it's a law firm, if you've lost your building and your employees are displaced, we have to consider ways that you can continue operations remotely. And we have to kind of rebuild out your business model or blueprint to weather this storm, because it seems as though the fires are still going on and we may have to wait a week or two before anyone can truly, really come back. But in the meantime, this is the time where you can take a breather and just figure out your vision. Where do you plan to go? How do you want to build out your blueprint for where you want to be? However your business was running before these fires, you may have to be willing to pivot and create new ingenuitive ways to run your operations. We also know in order to run your operations, you're going to need some resources. You're going to need some financing. Do you have any emergency funds that you can pull from? There are many places that are trying to give some assistance and some relief. I wrote some down here that may be able to help you. The California Disaster Relief Assistance, the employee retention credits that you can use, SBA loans, the LA Chamber of Commerce. I know that they advertise that they're to support and help. These are options. Crowdfunding. We know that what you plan to rebuild, you're going to need resources in order to do that. We also know if you have insurance, because I'm hearing that some of you lost your insurance just months before or whatever the case may be. But if you have insurance, those premiums are going up, and that affects all of us nationwide. Premiums going up because the amount of payouts that have to be given to those that have lost property and things of that nature, and other business insurances. So that's affecting everyone. But I know that's another bill. Employment. Where are your employees? Are they displaced? Are they okay? Are they able to help you in any way with remote operations, or are they still trying to figure out their basis? Do you have enough to pay your employees so that they can help you on this rebuild? These are all the questions that I know are going through your mind, all the issues. What about your paperwork, your banking information, just all your legal documents? Are they saved on the cloud securely so that you can reach out? Because when you go and you look for assistance with property damage and loss, you're going to need to show some documentation and pictures and proof and all types of things. Do you have these assets to help you? These are things that I know you as a business owner, you have to consider when you're doing this. So where do we start? Start with just building out your blueprint. What does your business look like in this quarter to get over this hump of the fires? Do you have customers outside of California that you have to service? So do you you have shipments that were burned? So you now have to figure out that inventory. Do you have inventory that you had to throw away because they were damaged? What does this rebuild look like? You need to map it down to a granular level. What I would say is start with your most important process, the process that brings the highest revenue. Start there, prioritize that. And if you can map that out as it was, and then look at it and see where you can pivot to be able to continue operations while your employees and yourself and whoever are displaced. Are there partnerships you can create with like-minded businesses in your industry? You can leverage their infrastructure to continue your operations and maybe pay them in percentages or strike a deal with them. This can work well for if you're a restaurant and you go to a neighboring city or area that actually has an up and running restaurant. Could you use their kitchen on their off hours? Are you able to rent a food truck, from another town and come and serve local customers? Are you able to do that? How much of your work can be done remotely? Because we understand that your employees, your local employees may be displaced. There's so many ways we can look into how to rebuild and how to continue operations for income, because I understand as a business owner that when your revenue is your income, that is what you're eating off of, that is how you're supporting your family. I understand it. You got to keep the operations going in order to continue to have income, in order to continue to pay the people that you are employing. But just know, everyone is going to take a hit. The economy is going to take a hit because with all this money not being able to circulate, consumers aren't going to be buying as much. I'm at a loss for words. That doesn't mean I'm at a loss for hope. And you are an entrepreneur. You are a business owner. You are resilient. You've made it through the pandemic. You can make it through this. Believe it or not, business owners, entrepreneurs, you all can rise from the ashes, okay? Like, you have entrepreneur genius, but sometimes you may need a little assistance, especially when you're going through mentally taxing space of rebuilding a business. And you're gonna have to rebuild it in a different way than you probably built it before because we're in a different economy, we're in a different time. Would that be of service to you? I wanna help you map out some strategies. If you're struggling with building out your new business model, your new blueprint, you can contact us. My website, www.kawanamcdonald.com. Book a call. Our team will come and we will work through your blueprint. We will talk about what your next steps can be. We'll talk about where your funding can come from. All of these strategies just to help you over this hump. So if you need help building that out, but where do you start? Start with your vision. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be at the end of this quarter, at the end of the year? Some of you already know, you're like, I've done my part. I've been doing business for 80 years. I am retiring. And that's okay. I understand that completely. That's okay. But for those who want to rebuild, for those who are trying to crowdfund to get your resources together, for those of you who have lost a job and decided, I'm going to build a business instead, let me help you. Go to my website, book a call, let me help you. I've been able to help. Just last year, I was able to help my clientele bring in a collective $19 million just last year. And the year before, 21 million. We can help you build out your blueprint. We can help you know and project how you're going to scale, and we can help you position yourself in a way where you can receive some help, some funding help. We can help you map out your partnership. What does that look like? We can help you. Go ahead, go to my website. We are here to help you. And in the meantime, you are in my prayers. I know this is difficult for you, and I know that you can still rise from the ashes. You are an entrepreneur. You are a business owner. You can do this, and we are here to help you, if anything. See you later.